Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am honestly so excited to be here with my fantastic co-host to guide you through this.
Hi guys, I'm so ready to learn. I always feel like I'm using the exact same basic words every single time I talk about the sky outside.
Well, you and millions of others. Today, our whole goal is upgrading your weather vocabulary. We're going to take those basic descriptions and completely transform them into advanced, supernatural, native-sounding expressions. By the end of this explainer, you're going to sound like a seasoned pro, whether you're sweating in the sun or freezing in the snow.
So, here's today's radar. We'll start by decoding the forecast, then move into scorching heat, drizzling rain, wind chill, and ice. And we'll wrap it all up with a quick vocabulary quiz. Oh, I love that we're basically taking a chronological journey through the seasons. I'm ready.
All right, Section 1, Decoding the Forecast and Weather Vocabulary. Let's dive in. So, if someone asks me what the weather's like, I usually just default to something super simple, like, it is rainy.
Right, and saying it is rainy isn't wrong, but there's a very specific difference in how native English speakers actually talk about the rain. Take a look at the left side versus the right side.
Okay, so it is rainy versus it is raining. Honestly, they look pretty much identical to me.
They totally do. But here's the secret. Rainy with a Y at the end is an adjective. It describes the general vibe or condition of the day. So you'd say it's a rainy day, even if the rain has temporarily stopped, but everything outside is still wet and gloomy.
Okay, so it is raining with the ing means the actual action of rain falling is happening right at this very second.
Spot on. You literally only use it is raining when water is physically dropping from the clouds right now.
Okay, that makes total sense. But before we get to the really advanced words, I kind of have to ask, why do we even talk about the weather so much? Like, why is beautiful day, isn't it? Such a popular phrase everywhere you go.
That is such a great question. The sources actually note that weather is the ultimate universal icebreaker. When you're standing there talking to a total stranger and have literally nothing else to say, it's a completely safe, shared experience.
Yeah, I guess it does dictate our moods and, whether we have to call off our weekend plans.
Exactly. It's the one thing that affects absolutely everyone around you.
Okay, let's fast forward our simulated forecast right into the peak of summer. Section 2, Scorching Heat. I can just picture it now. It's one of those uncomfortably hot days, the sun is just beating down, and all I want to do is crank up the AC.
Okay, crank up the AC is a fantastic native phrase right off the bat. And this brilliantly illustrates our first major vocabulary upgrade. Because instead of your basic phrase very hot, we have something much better.
Let me guess, scorching? Wow, that just sounds intense.
It really does, doesn't it? Scorching is a much more descriptive professional term. It practically paints a picture of extreme burning heat.
So here's the formal definition. Scorching. Extremely hot, burning weather that makes you sweat just sitting there. Oh, I have definitely had days like that. If someone asked me to go for a bike ride on a scorching day, I just look at them and tell them, there is absolutely no way I am going biking in this heat. Perfect usage. Saying there is no way is a really great, strong native expression to show you absolutely refuse to do something when it's scorching outside. Teacher, but scorching isn't the only word you can use. Here are some excellent, really vivid heat synonyms: sweltering, boiling, and roasting.
Oh, I love these. Sweltering sounds like you're literally trapped in a thick, heavy wave of heat.
It really does. So out of these, which one is your favorite?
I think I'd go with boiling. Saying it's boiling out there just perfectly captures that exact feeling of wanting an ice bath.
Teacher, speaking of wanting an ice bath, look at this classic idiom.
I feel like I'm in a sauna. Oh man, I say this all the time when the air is super sticky and humid.
Right, exactly. A sauna is that small spa room meant to make you sweat and relax. But when you step outside and the weather is so thick with humidity that it feels like you're trying to breathe water, this is the absolute perfect idiom to drop into conversation. All right, let's cool things down a bit and move the forecast into a gloomy autumn day. Section 3, Drizzling Rain and Autumn Weather. Okay, this is the kind of weather where I complain about getting caught outside in annoying wind, and my umbrella just flips inside out.
Oh, for sure. It's the perfect weather to just stay inside with a good book. But instead of saying it's a little wet outside, native speakers actually upgrade that concept to a much better word.
Drizzling. Okay, that sounds much more specific.
It totally is. It perfectly captures a very specific type of autumn weather.
Now, what's really interesting is the exact definition of drizzling. It's rain you can barely feel, with very fine drops, where you honestly might not even need an umbrella. But, the funny thing about drizzling is that if you stay out in it too long without really noticing, you still end up completely soaked. That is so true. It totally tricks you into thinking it's not that bad until your clothes are just completely damp. So if drizzling is just light rain, what happens when it actually gets heavier?
Let's look at the progression. Step 1 is spitting, which is super light, barely noticeable. Step 2 is our word drizzling.
Okay, got it. And then step 3 is pouring, which just means heavy rain.
Right. And step 4 is tipping down, which is a very common, very natural phrase to describe extremely heavy rain, kind of like buckets of water falling directly from the sky.
Of course, autumn isn't just about the rain. It's also about the wind. Look at this definition. Blustery, blowing strong, sudden gusts of wind.
Oh, I know blustery weather. That's when you look outside and see the trees just swaying back and forth violently. Honestly, I always just hope the wind dies down before it knocks out the power.
Knocks out the power and dies down are both fantastic native phrases. Seriously, you're already sounding like a pro. But what about a really severe storm? When it's tipping down and blustery all at the exact same time?
Well, that brings us to one of the most famous fun idioms in the English language. It's raining cats and dogs.
I love that one. It paints such a funny, ridiculous picture in your head, but literally everyone instantly knows it means a torrential downpour. So true. Now, as we leave autumn behind, our simulated forecast drops us right into a deep winter freeze. Section 4, wind chill and ice. Brr, I am literally shivering just thinking about it. This is the time of year when I can't get rid of that deep chill in my bones, no matter how many heavy sweaters I wear.
Exactly. Let's look at a couple of absolutely crucial terms you need to survive it. First up is wind chill. Have you ever looked at your weather app, seen it says 30 degrees, stepped outside, and felt like it was actually 10 degrees?
Yes, all the time. It feels so unfair, honestly.
Well, that is the wind chill effect. It's the perceived decrease in temperature to the human body caused by the flow of air. Basically, the wind literally strips the heat away from your skin, making it feel drastically colder outside than the thermometer actually says.
And the cold isn't the only problem. Just the other day I was walking on the sidewalk and almost slipped and fell hard. I completely thought it was just wet pavement.
Yep. You encountered the exact danger we're talking about next. It wasn't just ice, it was black ice.
Black ice is this transparent, highly dangerous ice. The absolutely crucial point here is that you can't even see it.
Yeah, it's practically invisible. It just looks like a wet patch on the dark asphalt, which honestly makes it a huge hazard for walkers and drivers alike.
Exactly. Knowing the term black ice is completely essential for winter safety warnings. All right, we've weathered the storm through all the seasons. Section 5, the vocabulary quiz. Okay, I am so ready for this. Let's see how much of this upgraded vocabulary we've actually retained. And to everyone watching this explainer, play along with us. I'll read the question, give you a few seconds to guess, and then we'll reveal the answer together. Teacher, question number 1. What do you call intense, uncomfortable heat that makes you want to crank up the AC? Oh, I definitely know this one. It's that professional summer term we talked about right at the beginning. Wait, is it scorching?
Yes, scorching is perfectly correct. And hey, if you at home guessed sweltering, boiling, or roasting, you are also absolutely right. Great job.
Okay, question number 2. What type of weather features blowing strong gusts of unpredictable autumn wind? Okay, this was the word where the trees were swaying back and forth. Viewers, go ahead and shout it out if you know it. It's blustery. Spot on, blustery it is. You did fantastic. Now, as we wrap things up, we really want to leave you with one last challenge. What is the weather like right now where you live? And how would a native speaker actually describe it? Yeah, look out your own window right now. Is it spitting? Is it sweltering? Try to practice just one of the upgraded terms we covered in today's explainer the very next time you need a great icebreaker. Thanks so much for learning with us, and we will see you next time.